Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Hahn. I'll be presenting on applying the 4D model, talking a bit about appreciative inquiry and organizational development here in my week 3 professional skills presentation. I will just preface it. I'm a little sick. I've got a little bit of a sniffle and cough. I'm going to try to limit that. Please bear with me. So slide 1 here, we're talking about the planning phase, and starting with the Asha video, I was most impressed with the breadth and complexity of the problem that they chose to tackle. Tuberculosis in a population the size of India represents a massive challenge. Obviously, a massive opportunity to impact positive change, but also a massive challenge. I think when you talk about that in light of the 4D model, I think the fact they had to partner with communities and leaders within those communities in something as different as the inner city slums versus a rural farming community speaks to the fact that we need to iterate, right? So sitting down, defining with those leaders, stakeholders, communities, what you want, what are you trying to do, what does success look like, what do we need to be asking ourselves, then educating everyone involved on that, and then taking that out, trying it, doing it again. Really, that iterative process over a long term, in my opinion, is where the 4D model really, really shines. And I couldn't be more impressed with them trying to tackle that problem and having a huge positive impact in doing so. Which leads me to the problem that Janine and I chose, which is not nearly as altruistic. We need a new realtor. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I chose this one. I don't have a ton of opportunities in my day-to-day life. I work alone. I work from home. My boat's in the shop. I'm not actively competing right now because my boat is being repaired and has been for 2 months. And Janine's at work all day. So this I chose because we're going to buy a house, and it is a very important decision for us. So it is an important problem, albeit a very simple one. With, as I mentioned, my domestic partner, Janine, our actions were really straightforward. We were unhappy with our current agent in our house search. So let's dream, what does the perfect real estate agent or agents look like? What questions do we need to ask them to determine if he or she is that person? How do we find those people? And that was through a network of friends and colleagues. And then, in terms of recording through that 4D model, it was really about, well, who did we like? Who might we call again? And who did we not like? We were very fortunate in that we were able to get to our 1 to 2 agents relatively quickly. And that was our goal, is 2 additional agents that we could work with. In terms of execution, the first thing we did is take a step back and chat. Janine, this is important, as important to her as it is to me. And so what are you looking for with an individual? And I did the same. And let's clarify that centerpiece of the 4D model. And then from there, everything became, this almost happened organically. Obviously, once we knew what we wanted, we knew what to ask them and how to find them, through our network. And the results were, we now do have 2 agents, in addition to our current agent, that we trust and can work with. It was a pretty basic challenge. There was no real surprises, except Jeff Checo is one of the agents we are now partnered with. He graduated from my high school my year, and I haven't seen him since graduation day. So we weren't super close in high school. We didn't like or not like each other. We just weren't, in the same circles. And now he's here in Nashville and we're working together. So that was actually quite a surprise. Rhode Island is a very small place. In terms of the insights, the 4D was worth it for this challenge because it's an important problem to me and it's an important problem to Janine. So it was worth the effort. But I would say in further learnings, I think appreciative inquiry, the 4D model really applies to more sophisticated, longer-term challenges. If you're in a company and you are trying to build out your plan to hit a sales target, whether you're an individual or a team, that's a year-long process, right? If you were trying to build out a new part of the organization, that's a 2-year deal. If you're the CEO, you need a 5-year plan, and that's going to be iterated over time. Even if you're in agile development, it's a 6-week agile run, and you have 5 of them on the go. And so you need 40 more in those scenarios than you do otherwise, and that's where it really, really shines. Asha is a great example of that. That is no small feat they're attempting. In terms of the future, as I mentioned, I'm not going to have a ton of opportunities to use this as much as I would have in my previous life, but it would be to use it on the right problem, start from the beginning. The outcomes that I'll be looking for, well, it'll be a big challenge. It'll be something really important to me and whoever I'm working with or partnering with. So better, faster, more efficient results but also improvement over time. I mean, coming from my technology background, this really speaks to me of iteration and improvement over time, almost like the feedback loop on our discussion forum, where you're not just stopping once you're done. It's all right. Well, we've done this. We're going to go back to the stakeholders. Do we need to redefine our questions? Have our goals changed? Where are we at now? Have we, do we need to go on to the next thing, et cetera? So that's really my big takeaway. Thank you. I hope you appreciate what I am saying, and thank you very much for listening. Have a good evening.